The Battlefield 6 multiplayer open beta kicks off in just a few days, and whether or not you're getting in on the early access period or trying it out via the open window to follow the next 2 weekends, today I wanted to cover everything that you need to know in order to get ready for it. Thanks to EA for sponsoring this explainer video. Drop your thoughts below as we go along, drop a like if you guys enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe for more Battlefield 6 content. We've got a lot upcoming that I'm excited to share, and I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, let's get into it. So first and foremost, when is the Battlefield 6 multiplayer beta? So this is actually going to take place across 2 weekends. This weekend upcoming of the 7th to the 10th, and the next weekend of the 14th to the 17th. So if you're away this weekend or you can't get to play, you still have a chance to next weekend. But the beta will kick off on August 7th at an almost overnight time for most of my audience here perhaps. It'll start at 1 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. BST, 10 a.m. CEST, and then outwards of times to like 5 p.m. KST and 6 p.m. AEST. On screen, we'll have a little graphic to break down a few more time zones for you so that you're in the know and can hopefully make converting any time zones that you may be in that may not be listed at least a bit easier so that you're not trying to jump 12 to 15 hours or something in time. But the timing continues on as a common thread, as the weekend 1 open beta will also start at those times, but on the 9th. And the beta will actually close for weekend 1 at those times following the full day of the 10th, so 1 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. BST on the 11th. So you go past midnight into the 11th just slightly depending on where your time zone is. Now weekend 2, again, same thing. It opens at those times and then closes at those times on the 17th, not granting that full extra day, which I do find a bit odd for weekend 2. So perhaps they extend that by 24 hours to allow for that full Sunday, but right now we just don't know. But how do you get into the Battlefield 6 multiplayer beta? So this is where it breaks down just a little bit. This weekend is broken into 2 parts, whereas next is all open and free. This week, you're going to see the early access beta followed by the open beta. The first 2 days can only be accessed 3 different ways, maybe a 4th, but number 1, getting a code by having signed up for Battlefield Labs at any point since its announcement. Number 2, getting a code via Twitch drops, being an EA Play Pro member, or a 4th possible way, though this is likely just all over the place. We don't know exactly who will be posting about this, but if there's code giveaways from creators or official accounts on social media, you might be able to get them that way as well. But having a code from Labs, you should keep an eye on your associated emails to your EA account and where you signed up for Labs on. These should be going out periodically by now. Some players may have already gotten theirs already, but if you haven't, make sure you keep checking that email, check spam, the promotional folders, all that kind of stuff, just to be thorough. Getting a code via Twitch drops, for this, all you have to do is watch 30 minutes of any creator streaming Battlefield 6 who has drops enabled starting on the 7th. Make sure you check those streams out because while they could be streaming Battlefield 6, they also have to have drops enabled on their channel, so that'll be something that you just want to make sure that you're getting the credited time for that. Shameless little plug, I'll also have them on and be live on the 7th and 8th if you want to check it out there on my Twitch channel, linked down below. But anyways, finally, being an EA Play Pro member, this just being EA's game subscription service, if you're a part of this, you can just jump into it. Now, once you get a code for this, you'll have to log into your EA account and redeem your code from the account, then link your platform of choice to your EA account. So you have to go through your account first and then go outwards to whatever platform you want. But again, that's the first 2 days here. If that's something that does not apply to you, don't worry, the open beta on the 9th and 10th and then the following weekend, it's just an open beta. You can download the beta client from whatever storefront you would like to play on. Which, speaking of, what platforms can you play on? Well, the Battlefield 6 multiplayer beta will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam, the Epic Games Store, or the EA app. Now, one nice thing is you do not need to launch the game through the EA app if you have it via Steam, which is definitely nice. That was one of those things that was like a first world problem, totally annoyed me whenever I would boot Battlefield games from Steam in the past, but no longer the case. Now next, can you preload the Battlefield beta? Well, yes, it's actually live right now as this video being published. It actually went live yesterday on the 4th, so make sure if you have a code, you jump in and preload it so that come the time the beta opens up, you can jump right into the action. As for system requirements and what you need leading into this, well, console, it's pretty straightforward, just a current generation console. One thing to note is that Battlefield 6 will run at 60 FPS on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S by default. It's said the game will also have a performance mode to increase FPS and have enhanced support on the PS5 Pro, but currently it seems like we don't know if that's also going to be in the beta or just there at launch. But for console, just boot it up and play. PC, there are going to be, of course, swings in how performance will work based on individual systems. Now, it seems like this is relatively optimized based off of the minimum and recommended specifications given by EA, but on screen you'll see a graphic of what you'll need for it. To run the game at a minimum, you basically need any system built within the last 6 years. The RTX 2060 launched in 2019, while the CPU of the i5-8400 was a midline processor for its launch back in 2017. So if you've got anything more powerful from similar years or anything newer, you should be good to play. Now, recommended, you're looking at any sort of system from around the late 2020 to early 2020 run range or newer in regards to hardware, though one interesting difference between minimum and recommended is that Windows 11 is recommended rather than Windows 10. Now, that makes sense because support is ceasing for 10 later this fall, but still an important distinction if you want to take full advantage of what we have for Battlefield 6. Now, as for the content available, what you'll be able to play, firstly, this is solely multiplayer, so you're not going to see campaign or portal or certainly no battle royale. Though honestly, I'm very curious and interested by battle royale entering labs later down the line. That'll be pretty cool, but that's a different story for a different day. What's coming in the beta is going to be your maps of Liberation Peak, Siege of Cairo, Iberian Offensive, and Empire State. You'll also have the ability to play the modes of Conquest, Breakthrough, Squad TDM, and Domination. So basically what you saw at the multiplayer reveal is what you'll have on hand as well. Now that also extends to weaponry as well. So you'll have things like the ARs, the NVO-228E, the B36A4, M433, the carbines of the M4A1, AK-205, M417A2, SMGs of the SGX and the PW7A2, the LMGs of the L110, and KTS-100 Mark 8, the DMRs of the M39 EMR and the SVK 8.6, the sniper rifle of the M2010 ESR, the shotgun of the M87A1, and the pistol of the P18. You'll also have one training path per class, so Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon, each having one of the 2 designated paths that will be there at launch, but only one of them playable for right now. But again, basically, if you saw it within the multiplayer reveal event and the streams that were to follow, you'll be able to play it here these next 2 weekends. Now, one cool thing is if you do take part in any of these weekends here, you can end up earning rewards that will then transfer to your game with the full launch come October 10th. Now, Weekend 1 and Weekend 2 have 2 separate distinct versions of what you can end up getting. Weekend 1 offering a bit more in regards to what's available, seemingly trying to push more people into the game earlier rather than later. But Weekend 1 will include 2 soldier skins, a weapon package, a player card, and a few more things that looks like a weapon charm and maybe some emblems here with this. Weekend 2 will end up having a vehicle skin, a dog tag, and another weapon package, that being a skin here for this. Now, how do you get these? It's not necessarily known just yet. The associated promotional art ends up saying that open beta rewards will be granted upon the launch of the game and requires gameplay, but they don't say exactly how. So challenge oriented, perhaps playtime oriented, that's still yet to be determined, but it is something that you'll have to play the game to end up getting these, and then will be credited to your account with the full game come October 10th. Additionally, there's a few other rewards you can end up getting by just simply watching the game rather than playing it. If you end up opening up any Twitch stream in Weekend 1 or Weekend 2 and watch for specified periods of time, you can end up getting a vehicle skin, weapon skin, and 2 soldier skins as well that will transfer then to the full game. So if you can't get enough of Battlefield 6 and want to still be involved with it even when you can't play, you can have a Twitch stream tabbed if you'd like and still be earning that way. Now, the final thing that we'll talk about in regards to the beta is, well, does anything that you play here carry over? Do any stats or anything carry over into the full game? Now, that answer is no. So with that in mind, try any and everything out in Battlefield 6. Have a blast, have a field day, don't hold back, try every weapon, vehicle, mode, map, any weapon build you want to come up with, any class you want to play around with. Try it out, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's not going to impact your overall career in Battlefield 6, but it will give you a good hands-on feel for what to expect for the game, giving you an adequate understanding on if you'll enjoy the game long-term or maybe not. Maybe it's not the game for you, or maybe it is. Maybe it's your next favorite game. You just need to try it out to be sure. But regardless, do know that nothing from the beta transfers, so just have a fun time with it, man. Of course, you will be able to share your feedback, and that is something that is absolutely important. That's one of the big things with these betas and what they're striving for, is to voice your opinions in YouTube comments, Reddit posts, Twitter posts, all that kind of stuff. Get your voice heard so that if there's a change that you may want to see, voice it in a constructive manner and maybe it actually happens. So That said, that is everything that you need to know about the multiplayer beta for Battlefield 6, both upcoming this weekend and next weekend, so that you can jump into this as informed as possible and be able to take full advantage of it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular you guys are looking forward to out of the beta? Maybe it's just getting your hands on the game. Maybe you want to try out a specific weapon, map, mode, whatever the combo. Feel free to let me know what you're looking forward to, or perhaps not. But drop your thoughts. If you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Battlefield 6. Again, we're only just getting started. Would love to have you in the community. So thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.